everyone, and welcome to the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York, streaming live from the Long Island Sports Network, where your Farmingdale State Rams are set to take on the Cortland Red Dragons. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jordan DeLuciano. I will be on the call for tonight's action, where Farmingdale State entered this game 1-0, fresh off their 7-0 win over University of Fordham Rams, going up against the 1-1 Cortland Red Dragons. I will step out briefly as we go over starting lineups, national anthem, and when we come back, puck drop here on the island. Jordan DeLuciano on the call. Farmingdale State set to take on SUNY Cortland. This will be the second time these two teams meet in as many years. Their only meeting these past two seasons was a 5-0 win early on in the year in the 2021-2022 campaign, 5-0 in favor of Farmingdale State. Cortland Red Dragons coming to this game guided by head coach Quinn LaRock and assistant coach Ben Langlots. 1-1 on the year, a solid, convincing win to start the season, 8-2 against Brockport behind a Christopher Hammerly hat trick. And then just last night, a trip to Fairfield, and it was a loss, a 7-4 loss that was. So they enter 1-1, and Farmingdale State looks to go to 2-0 on the year after a convincing win against Fordham, 7-0. Goalies ready, Tempkin in goal for Farmingdale, Norbro for Cortland, and we are underway on the island. Farmingdale wins it cleanly up the wall, and off his own ice. It'll be Cole Captis early on it. Cole Captis trying to shut off Mikolas, and Mikolas is going to be helped out by Haldane, and out of the zone it comes. It'll be the rookie Kravitz meets a big hit early, courtesy of Cole Haldane, but gets the puck in. It's Roskowski trying to cut in way down low. Rebound is steered aside. Roskowski right back on the loose puck. Circles the zone, throws it on goal, hits a skate, Buddington on the rebound, kicked out by Norbro. As Cortland scrambling early, able to get the puck out of their zone. It'll be Jason Brennan for Farmingdale. Roskowski able to help out his defenseman Kravitz. Jacob Kravitz, fresh off his first game, first goal last weekend against Fordham, got welcomed to this game early, courtesy of Cole Haldane. Rasgornia kicks it free and keeps it in the zone, but not for long. Turnover in neutral zone. It's Kyler Rowe for Farmingdale trying to fend off Andrew Bianchi. That one's chipped into the Cortland bench, and we will get our first whistle. I briefly mentioned, but in goal will be Farmingdale State number 34 making his first start for Farmingdale State, his debut, Jake Temkin, out of Bethpage, New York. And countering him, his third start this year, 1-1. The Swedish goaltender, 6'3", 180, Axel Norbro, will be number 1 in between the pipes for the Cortland Red Dragons. Ravinsky in his own end. Dita Higgins, he'll go back cross ice, intercepted, as Cortland will try to do it again. Icing will waved off. They hit off Murray's stick, so Murray will go chase as the Red Dragons will go for a change. If you listen to last week's game, it was between Fordham Rams and Farmingdale Rams as Duffy walks his way and shins off 2 red jerseys. And behind the net they go. It'll be O'Donnell to no man at the point. It'll be Brisgorny on the chase. But as I was saying, last week we had Farmingdale State Rams and Fordham Rams. So that's 2 Rams. That one kicks out. It'll be Morello looking for a pass down low. Maybe should have went with the shot, but he gets it right back. Morello finds a man in the slot on goal and swallowed by Temkin. I'm going to try to get my thought out for the third time now. It's just a simple thing. I can now refer to the Farmingdale State as the Rams and Cortland as the Red Dragons because these two teams do not share the same name like last week. Just a simple thought that took forever to get out. Kept the zone again, it'll be Morello. He'll bluff, throw it on goal, sticked away by Temkin. And good looks here for Cortland. As he kicks out to Duffy. Duffy had a man fall down. And he'll wait for some more white jerseys. Down low, backhanded, 5-0, and they score! It's Sean O'Donnell, his first goal with Farmingdale. First of the season, pick up the puck. It's 1-0 Rams. Farmingdale, after being caught in their zone for a little bit by Cortland, come right out. Duffy waited for some more of his line mates to help him out as Farmingdale strikes first. I was actually able to speak to Tim Duffy before the game, and something he mentioned was going to his first regular season game. That puck kicks right out. Farmingdale looking for another one, and they score! Back to back, just like that. It's Bobby Lane and a 2-0 lead. Bobby Lane in his second career game with the Division II team gets his first goal. So 2 pucks are being kept already. Three minutes into the game, 2 quick strikes coming within mere seconds of each other. And again, I was trying to get my thought out before. Interrupted, not looking good for me so far. I was talking to Tim Duffy before the game, and he said there was some nerves and a little bit of tension going into that first game for him last week, but what helped him out is knowing his centerman, Sean O'Donnell, is a man who they played together for a long time. And just recently they played together with the Junior Islanders. So playing with Sean O'Donnell helped him calm down going into that game, and Duffy finds O'Donnell for the first strike this game. That one steered wide as Cortland looks for a response here, keeping it hemmed in Farmingdale ice. That will go all the way down for an icing as we'll bring it back in Cortland ice. Another thing I spoke to Tim Duffy about before the game, something that was on his mind. I mentioned the nerves. Those were eased going into it, knowing his centerman was a man he played with. Then there was tension, because in the 2 exhibition games going into the first game last week, him, Ethan Bone, Sean O'Donnell, that line did not have a single point, didn't have a goal in those 2 exhibition games, so they wanted to get like the monkey off their back, and they sure did it with Ethan Bone getting on board and Tim Duffy having 2 points, and then kicking things off early with a Sean O'Donnell goal. As Jason Brennan will play it at the blue line, steer it right back where it came from. Cole Kathis will leave it for Buddington. Buddington muscled off the puck by Hammerly. Hammerly, one of the go-to man here for Cortland. 4 goals in the first 2 games. He had 12 goals in 15 games last season. And 16 points overall. So you see the big goal to assist difference there as that puck hits a Farmingdale player on the bench who will get a whistle. Three of the top 5 point getters from last year for the Red Dragons returning. Zachary Mikolas led the team with 26 points in 15 games last year. As I mentioned, Christopher Hammerly was 3rd in the team last year with 16 points. And then Joseph Morello, 4th in the team in points last year with 13. Behind the net is Tripping, and Tripping is Jacob Mueller, but it looks like he tripped on the puck there as Brennan tries to hold off Sorosy. But Muir right back on it, takes a hit from Cole Kathis as Brendan will pick up. Up the wall and out, it'll be Ruskowski trying to get around him, and he does. Ruskowski with space on goal and knocked away by Norbro. Mueller, Sorosy, and now Morello all by himself as the Red Dragons go for a change as Temkin will get the whistle. Just over 5 minutes into this game, goaltender Jake Temkin in his first game for Farmingdale. Might be a little nervous, but so far so good for the man making his debut in white. As there's been 2 big hits thrown this game, both in favor of Cortland. Henderson tries to steer it in front, nobody home as it trickles around near side corner. Kyler Rowe in on it as the puck goes to the point. Briscornia throws a hit, but puck kicks out to neutral zone ice. It'll be Braglia. Braglia one-on-one will throw it on goal, skated away by Murray as Braglia looks to pick up the loose change behind the net. Icing arm up, and icing will be waved off as, oh, wait a minute there. It looked like Hendrickson was going to win the foot race, so goaltender Axel Norbro played it, and they called the icing anyway. But I don't think this is going to be a face-off in Farmingdale territory. I think it's going to be a neutral zone drop, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Maxwell Taylor on the draw for Cortland. He'll line up with one of the goal scorers for Farmingdale, Sean O'Donnell, but the draw will go to Taylor. Dom Guido for Farmingdale meets a hit on the wall in his final year with Farmingdale State. Kicked out to the point. Thrown on goal by Bianchi, bounced in the air, glove down, and out comes Farmingdale. It'll be O'Donnell trying to get some numbers as Duffy meets a stick at the blue line, leaves it for Bohm. Duffy picks up his rebound, throws it on goal, and swallowed by Norbro. And once Duffy got that puck in neutral zone ice, it just, the whole way in, from the red line all the way into Norbro's chest, that puck just kept bouncing. One cleanly, boom, and he shot it off the glass. Guido will meet it, steer it back to where it came from. As Duffy trying to shovel to the point, but he comes out with it. Duffy fires, hits a leg in front. Duffy trying to get his loose change. Rebound O'Donnell, and Norbro will get the whistle and some shoving afterwards. As Bohm for a second had two red jerseys in a headlock. Axel Norbro with no helmet. But it looks like we're going to come out of this unscathed in terms of penalties. And speaking of penalties, if we go back to that Farmingdale-Fordham game last Saturday, penalties was the story. 25 penalty minutes for Farmingdale, 20 for Fordham. So a very undisciplined game on both sides in a 7-0 blowout. So Farmingdale wind up having 3 power play goals that game to Fordham's obviously none because they got shut out. So 25 penalty minutes for Farmingdale, not one power play goal let up. But if you play in a little bit of stiffer competition, you take 25 penalty minutes, I don't think you're going to be getting away with letting up 0 power play goals. Foreman battle on the near side corner. Duffy bluffs getting involved. That puck is not moving. Trying to shovel it out as Cortland, and they do. On goal, sticked away by Temkin. As Higgins with the drive, but that one's funneled at the blue line. As out comes Farmingdale, Duffy winds up beating Higgins. Duffy and Bohm has been out there for a very long time. It looks like they may get caught again. On goal and over the shoulder and wide. That's another good shot by Higgins. As they got to watch for too many men here, Farmingdale. Duffy's trying to get off. He's had a long shift, walking out of the corner, throwing on a goal is Miano, and covered by Temkin. Mikolas will be drawing with Ferrari. As Mikolas will pick up the puck behind the net and spin off. Kravitz, backhand on goal, bounced around far side, thrown back in front. As Brennan will pick up the loose change. Far side wall will be Hawkins. Looking for Ferrari, bouncing puck neutral zone, and not able to get it was Bobby Lane. Garnhart, the defenseman stepping up on the play, but met by Kravitz. And picked up by Ferrari. Hawkins trying to dance his way in the zone, met 2 red jerseys, and out comes Cortland, odd man rush. It's Mikolas, one timing shot, steered into the netting, and out of play. The name I just mentioned for Farmingdale is number 13, Matthew Ferrari. Suffered a shoulder injury in that game against Fordham. It looked pretty bad, but he's back in action. Spoke to him before the game. He felt it was not good, so he laid there. He just didn't want to move. He didn't want to bother it until Dr. Jim Poplarski came off the bench to help him out. So it looked worse than what it was. So that's good news for Matthew Ferrari. He's back in the lineup. We get a whistle for a hand pass. Cortland's been very good on the offensive zone draws as Morello wins another one, but meets one on the hand. Second shot is over the net. Bragler steers it in deep, but waiting there was Kolakatis. As Bragler tries to go get it against Buddington to the point, just missed keeping that puck in as Cortland's got to regroup. Buddington able to control that pass easily as Bianchi will bank it off the wall, waiting there on the touch pass. Now come the Red Dragons. It'll be Maxwell Taylor. Near side wall, looking for a red jersey, and fading on the shot was Pendleton. Down low, Cortland thrown in front, sticked away by Temkin. Glove still high slot, turning and firing off a skate and into the glass. It'll be Taylor. Cycling down low, slipping, but able to get it to the point. It's Rovinski, thrown on goal, off a skate, rebounds loose, back on goal. Temkin gets the rebound, still loose, and Farmingdale now scrambling and finally able to exit. No icing as Ruskowski beats it down low. It's Ruskowski against a million. Farmingdale on a change. Here comes John McCann to help out. To the point, Murray will steer it in deep, and it is McCann again behind the net. Ruskowski trying to curl and drag, but met the shoulder of Rovinski. Out of the zone, the puck comes. It'll be Brisgornia. Icing waved off as McCann will go chase Higgins and meet him down low. Up the wall, Guido, fresh off the change, will go meet the puck at the blue line, thrown to the goal, and covered by Norbro. 8 minutes and 59 seconds left, so pretty much 9 minutes left in this period. 2-0 lead to Farmingdale. Hammerly will draw with McCann. Hendrickson trying to help out his centerman. As Hammerly kicks it out into the zone they come, as Mueller steers it in deep. Valenti whips it around the wall, but met there by the skate of Garnhart, but immediately intercepted by Valenti, and now comes Farmingdale. McCann. Rowe. Cross ice Valenti pitching up from the defensive side, off the side of the net that goes. McCann trying to shove it in, but to no avail, around the wall, and kept in again by Valenti. Drags past one man, will get back door, try to get him on the backhand, Hendrickson, but not able to connect. Rowe trying to muscle his way out from behind the net, finds Valenti. Valenti towards the net, off a skate, never made it there. Guido. Now Hendrickson. Trying to control a bouncing puck off the back of the net. Not the back inside of the net as we play on. Guido pinching on the wall. Not able to keep it. As Farmingdale looks to regroup as the team in red goes for a change. It'll be Mason Garnhart. Shovels it right to the waiting stick of Bohm. But Garnhart able to be helped out by Zachary Mikolas, looking for the stretch pass and trying to catch a streaking man, and Evan Venth. And now it's Valenti and Guido who have been out there for quite some time, the defensive team right now for Farmingdale. And out to the point, Di Bianchi on the far side wall, thrown to the net, sticked away by Temkin, and he'll slap it away for good measure. Haldane battling two white jerseys, able to flip it off the glass. Valenti able to get around a man. Try to slow this pace down a little bit. Off the wall as Duffy will go chase. Icing is called at the last second. Name I mentioned before was number 14, Cole Haldane. 5'8", 160 out of Clifton Park, New York. A 2-goal performance last night against Fairfield in a 7-4 loss. So SUNY Cortland getting their first taste of the Empire Conference. Their first game was in conference against Brockport, as that one's kicked away by Temkin. And now they got Bohm all alone, looking for a 3-0 lead, and it's kicked away by Norbro. And that is a huge save for Norbro. You do not want to go down 3-0 on the road. Let's see if they can make it count. Kicked away by Temkin and picked up by Morello. As Brennan swallows a man down low. 4-man scrum behind Temkin. And coming out of his Braglia. To the point, Higgins on goal, never made it there. It's just picked up far side. To the point, throw on goal off a skate goes wide. As Braglia will go chase for Cortland, trying to meet off O'Donnell. And now Kravitz on the far side. Higgins alone, on goal, gloved and held by Temkin. It'll be to the left of the goaltender. Trying to push it forward was Taylor. As Higgins tries to meet it, but may have pinched too soon. 2-on-1, in on goal. Immel, and it's padded away. Murray finds Immel on the bank. Behind the net still. It's Bobby Lane, he's got one already. To the point now, Murray. Murray firing one, steered aside, and right back to Bobby Lane. He'll meet on with Thomas Higgins. Lane trying to go back to the point. Meets a couple of red jerseys, but able to get the puck on the far side wall as that one steered wide. Guido. Chavez trying to help out, but turned over, and out comes Cortland. It'll be Maxwell Taylor. Taylor curls, fires, sticked away, Temkin. Cortland looks to throw it right back to where it came from, to the point now. It's Garnhart towards the net and gloved by Temkin. So after the 2-goal quick, right after, it was won by O'Donnell, then off the draw, they came right back in. It was Bobby Lane. Cortland has had a pretty good response, and you could say they've spent the majority of the time in the offensive zone after that 2-goal deficit was made. Off the draw, trying to curl and fire was Sorosy. Taken down is Hammerly, but we play on now Buddington, trying to fend off Sorosy, and out comes Farmingdale. Buddington trying to cause some havoc there, but out comes Cortland, Sorosy. Fakes off to Hammerly, he holds, throws it on net, off the stick of Brennan, as they'll go to the point. Hammerly on goal, misses wide. And now far side wall, they punch for it. It's Mueller trying to find Hammerly, now able to get the shot off, as Ruskowski picks up near side wall, trying to dance around 2 red jerseys. Kolakathis might have tried to help his teammate, but inadvertently knocked the puck away. All Cortland right now in the offensive zone, as I believe that's Venth down low. As Farmingdale trying to come out, and they will. It'll be Buddington. James Long out there, steering around the wall, getting his first shift of the game, but I believe we'll get a whistle for a hand pass. 3:43 left in the first period. A 2-0 lead for Farmingdale due to the goals by Sean O'Donnell, his first goal as a Farmingdale State Ram, and Bobby Lane, his first goal, part of the D2 team. So he spent all last year down with Division III, gets a look this year, and in his second game, gets a goal. Haldane around the wall. Mikolas not able to get it out, and it just trickles over as Ferrari's got to wait for it to come to him. As Brisgornia will slap it back far side. It'll be Brisgornia for the 3rd time, and that will be a call on Brisgornia. And I believe it will be interference, as Brisgornia will sit for 2. Brisgornia trying to go 3 for 3 on the dump-ins. The puck just kept finding him that shift in the neutral zone. Haldane got in front of it, drew the interference call as Brisgornia is trying to get into the box. Someone help him. There we go. So Brisgornia, the team leader by far in penalty minutes, is the first victim of a call this game. Cortland trying to get back on the board, and after a tough start, what a way to go into the back end of the first period by getting a power play goal. Cortland not able to enter the zone cleanly as they'll try it again. Goaltender Norbro will play, but it'll be a high stick on the puck, so no high sticking penalty. The faceoff will be to the right of Norbro. Axel Norbro, the 6'3" goaltender out of Vimmerby, Sweden, making his third start, like I mentioned before, in his season debut. For Cortland is Chavez trying to pickpocket more Mikolas down low, trying to catch him sleeping. But now will be Mikolas calmly exiting through neutral zone ice. Haldane, he'll play catch with Bianchi. Down low trying to find a man in the slot, kicked away by Temkin. And it'll be Haldane again. Bianchi. Haldane. High slot, over the net, rebound kicks out, and off the side as Brennan will try to eat it, but hammered by Mueller. Now Brennan trying to go right back to chewing clock off, just under a minute left on the man advantage. Bobby Lane not able to control that one cleanly as Cortland will pick up. It'll be Haldane, right back in his sweet spot, throwing it on goal, off a stick, into the netting, and we'll get a whistle. 44 seconds left on the man advantage, 1:52, a minute 52 that is, left in the first. So after a couple times, Cortland not able to enter the zone cleanly, good puck movement on the 5-on-4, but all shots disrupted on the way to the net, just like that one, and just like that one. Garnhart, Sarosi, they'll play catch. Hammer. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Northwell Health Ice Center here on Long Island, New York, streaming live from the Long Island Sports Network. Quick apology at the end of that first period, a little technical difficulties on our end, but all fixed up. So again, our apologies for the ending of that first period. But we enter the second frame, a 2-1 lead for Farmingdale State over Cortland. Farmingdale struck twice, quick and early. Bang, bang. It was Sean O'Donnell, and then right off the draw, they went right back in, and then Bobby Lane made it 2-0. And once it was a 2-0 game, it started to tilt a little bit, minute by minute, second by second, in favor of Cortland. They slowly got their game back, and before you know it, they were on the power play. They struck Christopher Hammerly, his 5th goal of the year, and now a 2-1 lead. Again, as I said, entering the second. For Farmingdale, again, my opinion, but I think they come into this game, they see a team that went 9-11 last year, that was 29th ranked in the CHF, 6th in the North Region in Cortland, and again, a Cortland team that went 0-3 at Nationals at the Fed Cup. So they see that on paper, and then they jump out to a 2-0 lead, and maybe the vibe starts to kick in like, we got this. It's another Fordham game. 2-0 quick lead. Cortland, the 29th team ranked in the CHF last year, and you kind of sit back. You underestimate your opponents, but it Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Apologies on our end, the Long Island Sports Net. We had some technical difficulties at the end of the first period that wound up carrying into the second. So our apologies for that, cutting out of the live stream. But while we were gone, a Jason Ruskowski goal for Farmingdale made it 3-1. And that's where we stand as Cortland goes off the post, still loose. Temke gets a glove on it, and it goes wide. All Cortland now a good response. It's Higgins on the goal, off the back end wall. As Ferrari swats it down, out comes Farmingdale. He'll leave it off for Duffy. Duffy, high slot, firing off the post. Offside's waved off there as Duffy all alone cuts in, looking for a backdoor shot. And it's smothered by Rowe. Ferrari thought he had it. So it looked like Duffy was offsides on the change, but they waved it off and they let it go. That would have been a backbreaker for Cortland. So the second time this game, Cortland, after allowing a goal, has had a very good response. So Farmingdale not able to get their foot on the neck quite yet. Unlike last week against Fordham, it was a 7-0 game. A little bit of a ref conference at center ice as Ferrari will draw with Hammerly, the lone goal scorer for Cortland. And now Ferrari, the centerman, will pick it up and find Kravitz. Helped out by Buddington, meets a sea of red as they got to regroup. Ruskowski got one already, powers his way through, but lost it as Hammerly will throw it out of play. So again, sorry to our viewers for the inconvenience there. And the inconvenience happened to lead to a goal being missed. It was Jason Ruskowski's 2nd goal of the year. Ruskowski came onto the scene for Farmingdale last year, 14 points in 8 games, and then a season-ending ankle injury took him out for the back end of the second half and the entire Fed Cup. So back and healthy now. As Miano will walk out. Trying to bank off the wall to Mueller into the skate of Brennan. Ferrari will dump it off Buddington. Buddington walks in trying to curl a drag, go back outside. Backhand pass, nobody home. As the goaltender Norbro is down on a collision in front. So Norbro being checked on by his teammates. Looks like he is all good. Backup goaltender Steven Goldstein looking on. But it looks like we're all right for now. Ferrari will draw with Maxwell Taylor just out of Cortland ice. One cleanly to Jacob Kravitz. Kravitz second game in a row paired with Jason Brennan. Another injured Farmingdale Ram from last Fed Cup returning healthy this year. He broke his hand in the second game against East Carolina. Wound up playing the final game against Bonaventure in a 7-4 loss. 7-5 loss, excuse me. As here comes Cortland. A fanning shot there by Bianchi. All the way down, icing waved off. As Wiskowski will wait for it. Right past his skate, so Cortland gets a nice bounce, and out they come. It'll be Hurahan. Looking for a one-timing shot, not getting all of it. Right back to Hurahan, back door, and a blocker stop rebound. Gets the glove on it with the glove, and he kept it out. What a save by Temkin! Chavez trying to keep it at the wall, and in the second game of the season, we might have a save of the year candidate. As my goodness, what a stop by Temkin! Not only did he block her away the first attempt, the rebound try by Sean Hans was shouldered away, falling behind him, and a diving attempt gloved it away at the goal line. And it keeps this game at a 3-1 lead for Farmingdale as that puck's out of the zone, and out come Farmingdale. It's Bobby Lane, he's got one off the stick and into the glass. Chavez looking for Lane, and not able to connect. Morello. Brisgornia hounding a man down low, but Braglia able to help out. Now to the point where Vinsky will try to play catch with Braglia. Kravitz beats a hit down low, draws a penalty. That was not Kravitz, excuse me, it was Murray. But that will be a call against Cortland. But now Brisgornia again, as always, getting involved down low. Kind of a weak call if you ask me. It'll be Henry Pendleton to the box for a cross check. If you watched last game against Fordham, there were some reasonable calls. Don't get me wrong, but a decent amount of soft ones on both Fordham. I just tried to combine Farmingdale and Fordham. There were a couple soft calls on both sides for Fordham and Farmingdale. And I would think you'd put that one in the softer category. Pendleton will sit for two. It's the first penalty against Cortland on the night. So the first power play. Hawkins steers it off the wall. Picked up by McCann. He had a power play goal in the first game. Back door. Henriksen in front. Back door. And they score. Just like that on the power play. It's Ethan Bohm and a 4-1 lead for Farmingdale. Good puck movement by the Rams right off the draw. Good hand-eye there by Bohm. He caught Norbro going the wrong way. now we'll see if this Cortland team can have a similar response that they had to the second and third goals by Farmingdale. Big hit thrown at the dot by Miano. Taking down Hendrickson. And speak of Hendrickson, he's right on the puck, trying to get a little bit of his own, but able to get out of the way was Mason Garnhart. Puck kicks out to Hendrickson. He'll turn and look for McCann, not able to link up. As McCann intercepts on the errant play. McCann went down on his own there, so no call. To the point now, hound down by Valenti, bounced around, and Hendrickson not able to get the backhand. It's getting a little bit chippier this shift. And Hendrickson, the main culprit there, as he will go off on a change. There's a high hit by Valenti, and there's a call against Farmingdale. Valenti will sit for 2. You could have saw that one coming. Just like the first power play for Cortland was a good opening for them, they get a glorious chance now to cut that lead back to 2 and try to go 2 for 2 on the power play. Valenti had a penalty last game for an open ice, another illegal hit to the head. That time he sat for 5 minutes, and he'll sit for 5 minutes this time as well. So 2 games in a row for the newcomer on defense, number 14, Ted Valenti, in which he has a 5-minute illegal hit to the head. So Cortland, 5 minutes to score as many goals as you want. The clock won't stop until that clock hits 0 for the 5 minutes. It'll be Haldane, fresh off a 2-goal performance in the last night's loss against Fairfield. He'll switch with Bianchi. Hans, Bianchi. Backdoor Hans, and a shot blocked by Kravitz. It'll be Nicholas. They'll switch with a man at the point, and now Bianchi will steer it down low. It'll be Hans. Far side Pendleton now out of the box. Farmingdale was able to get the power play goal with him sitting for 2. Nicholas, Pendleton. Haldane wants it. He'll switch off with Pendleton on the fake kick pass. Bianchi. A lot of puck movement here early on. Shot blocked there by Kolakakis. Right back to Bianchi. Sticked away by Hans. As Farmingdale looks to bank it out by Kravitz. Kept in. Out they go, and they might have a breakaway here. Stepping out is the goaltender, Norbro, and able to keep it out of harm's way as Immel had a clear-cut breakaway. Haldane, cross-ice Pendleton. Pendleton trying to find a man in front, and he shoveled it wide. Haldane. Nicholas, very slow and methodic approach by the Red Dragons on this power play. Across. Garnhart able to control that one cleanly. Kravitz been out there for a while as he'll look to eat it. Helped out down low. Farmingdale able to clear. And hard on the puck is Bobby Lane with all of Cortland changing. Nice change there for Cortland as it's Hammerly. Hammerly fresh off the bench, blockered away as there's a man down in front of Cortland's bench. Hammerly gets it back and he shoveled it over the net off the glass. So 9-11, 9 minutes 11 seconds left in the second period. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the power play. So if you're hearing the announcement right now, Greg Hendrickson gets the assist on the power play goal. That one assist ties him with Jack Radin for 16th all-time in the program's history. And speaking of milestones, if Farmingdale holds on to this win, it will be head coach Joe Macy's 150th regular season career win with the program. So a big night for him if Farmingdale can hold on. Now it's gloved down by Garnhart. Garnhart trying to fend off a white jersey at the blue line, trying to stretch out the Chavez off his stick. And it'll be Taylor for Cortland. Pendleton will slow it down, go to the point, but not able to control that was Garnhart. As Garnhart and Taylor will play catch. Murray out there on the penalty kill. Known to be very disciplined, defensively sound with that stick. I mentioned it in the game last week against Fordham. All of last season, defenseman Ryan Murray, 0 penalty minutes all year. Cortland trying to come out with Hammerly. He's got the power play goal late in the first period. The second one will go a long way here for Cortland. It's Taylor. Near side wall, he'll switch off with Pendleton. To the point, Hammerly. Hammerly firing one, blocking away, rebound, and it just went wide. Taylor. Pendleton walking out amid 2 white jerseys. Back in front, pad stop Temkin. As Cortland getting some good looks, but yet to beat Temkin so far. Trying to find Hammerly in the slot, and he shot it wide. To the point, Bianchi on goal, sticked away into the glass. 1:20 left on the man advantage. It's a 5-minute power play currently for Cortland. Deflected, pad stop, Chavez, and he'll calmly shovel it down and get Farmingdale a change. Orbro trying to catch him on the change. Squirt will steer it in deep. 1 minute left on the 5-on-4. Guile not able to get it past Mikolas. As Hans helping out down low, and Bianchi can't get there. As Norbro's got to play it again, but Ferrari hot on his tail. "35 seconds left here on the man advantage. Be Cole Haldane. Haldane working his way past a sea of white jerseys, drops it off, but Ferrari intercepts, and out comes Farmingdale short-handed. Might have a 2-on-1. It's Kravis, helped out by O'Donnell, not able to do much there. Good stick by Bianchi, but Kravitz intercepts the clearing attempt. So barring a last-second rush, you got 10 seconds left here. Might have a hooking call there. Farmingdale gets away with one. Back-to-back games, a 5-minute kill success for Farmingdale. A bouncing puck, Ferrari trying to control it. He's got O'Donnell going to the net. He'll wait for a 5-on-5. Back in front, Buddington off the bench. And not able to do much there as out comes Cortland. It's Jacob Mueller. Mueller walking in, trying to drag back through his own legs. Not able to get much there. Puck bouncing out to Rovitsky on goal. Into the glass. Penalty on Farmingdale. As Cortland will go back on the man advantage, and Brisgornia takes a second shot. So he'll get one. Let's see if he gets two. Brisgornia will go to the box for just 2 minutes on the hook in front of the net. Could have easily been a little extra. That is the second game in a row we've seen Brisgornia take a penalty and then throw a little bit extra after the whistle. Jason Brennan comforts him in the box. But back to the power play. This will be pretty much seven straight minutes of power play time for Cortland, and you got to make these count. Garnhart, Sarosi, top of the circle, on goal, blocker down, and held by Temkin. It will be the battle of the 22s on the dot. Kolakakis for Farmingdale. Hammerly wins it cleanly as they look to set it up Garnhart. Hammerly not able to play that one cleanly. As Valenti trying to push the pace as a defenseman, but kept in. Hammerly trying to look cross ice, hit a couple sticks, picked up by Kolakakis, and out the puck goes. As two men get tied up there, it looks like it will be against Cortland. And just as quickly as they went on the man advantage, it looks like it will be Henry Pendleton on the penalty here. He got tangled up, and it will be an interference call against Pendleton, and we'll have 1:26 of 4-on-4 now. Cortland, the door has been opened for them in this second period. A 5-minute penalty, a 2-minute one just now. They have yet to step through it. As Pendleton going to the box for 2 there is going to hurt their chances with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second frame. We entered this frame 2-1 and is now 4-1 in favor of the Rams. As the refs conference right in front of the time box. A little bit of delay here. Don't know what they were going over, but both referees and one of the linesmen was having a discussion, but underway we carry on. Hammerly wins that draw. Now comes Mueller. As you hear the announcement, Pendleton's second penalty of the game. As Guido, the defenseman, working it in down low. Valenti at the point. Ruskowski looking for backdoor Guido and not able to tee up that one-timing shot. As Hammerly will pick it up. Garnhart just able to get it around Ruskowski as Miano will throw it in off the end board. Look for a bank pass to Hammerly, picked up by Valenti. Garnhart trying to keep it in, able to do so. Evaded a 2-on-1 as Ferrari and Ruskowski got behind him. A good play by Garnhart on the near side wall. 25 seconds left on the 4-on-4. It'll be a quick, brief 5-on-4 as Ruskowski gets a stretch pass and on a breakaway. His second of the game on the goal line and kept out by Norbro. As Ruskowski's talking to the ref right now, looking for a slash there on the back end. But that close for Ruskowski's second of the game. Norbro got just enough of it to slow it down. "15 seconds left on the 4-on-4. One cleanly by Farmingdale. It'll be Kravitz, now Brennan. Brennan with some space walks in and just missed glove side wide. Kravitz will pick it up again. McCann walking out from the wall. Trying to get around a man. Trying to backhand, go back to the forehand, sticked away, and that'll be a 35-second power play for Farmingdale. Henriksen. McCann trying to go give and go there. Tangled up, and now Kravitz. Henderson taken down in front. That'll be a call against Cortland, and it will be a 5-on-3 for Farmingdale for 21 seconds. I mentioned before, the door was propped wide open for Cortland in the second period, but it's now self-inflicted wounds, and against a Farmingdale team, you don't want to keep shooting yourself in the foot, and before you know it, it could get a little bit out of reach if you keep playing this way. But as of now, it's still a 4-1 game. Let's see if Cortland can survive this long disadvantage. Higgins will sit now for cross-checking. So you have Pendleton in the box for another 8 more seconds, and Higgins for now a minute and 43 and counting. Haldane hard on Valenti, wins that battle and clears it out. Good back check there by Cole Haldane. McCann with a minute and a half on the man advantage. Finds Hendrickson. Hawkins. A play catch with Hendrickson, trying to fend off a man down low in Blevins. Back to Hawkins. McCann. Valenti wants the one-timer. He'll get it. Firing one. Didn't get all of that one as it meets the end wall. McCann steers it in deep, trying to get helped up by Hendrickson, and he does. McCann will pick it up with under a minute on the 5-on-4. He'll switch off with Hawkins. McCann all the way back to where he started. Go cross-site Valenti. Down low Hawkins. Hawkins trying to find McCann. He's got space. McCann, and he scores! John McCann, back-to-back games with a power play goal, and it's now 5-1 Farmingdale. Eventually, you keep shooting yourself on the foot, it's going to start to hurt. And you enter this period down 2-1. Now you look at the scoreboard with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Now you're down 4. Right off the draw, Ruskowski, hard on the forecheck, picks up the loose puck, and he scores! Jason Ruskowski makes it look easy. Back-to-back goals, it's now 6-1. And now you got to keep an eye on number 11, one away. He's on hat-trick watch, and very similar to the first 2 goals of the game. O'Donnell scores off the draw, Bobby Lane scores, and now McCann on the power play off the draw, Ruskowski scores, and that will do it for Axel Norbro as Steven Goldstein comes in. So Norbro lets in 6 before the end of the second period, as Goldstein will get some looks here for Cortland. Buddington looking to inflict more damage for Farmingdale, cuts in the slot, fires one on goal and just missed. Bresgornia keeps it in, off a skate, but out of the zone now, Ruskowski. Ruskowski trying to do it all himself. Buddington will help out, and it looks like Ruskowski will go to the box. So Ruskowski got a little bit chippy after he lost that puck, and now he will go to the box. It's been a pellet after 1 call in the first. We've got a bunch of them in the second. Before the game, it's now relevant now. I got to speak to goaltender for Farmingdale, Joseph DeCanio, after a shutout win last weekend against Fordham, and I said, in a game you're not playing today, what do you do to, keep your mind in the game and not freeze your butt off on that bench? And now this goes into play with Steven Goldstein. Talking to Canio, he said, it's the same preparation as if you're starting. Even if you know you're not playing that game, it's the same mentality, it's the same focus, same prep as if you're getting the nod in a Game 7 of a championship game. So, same situation we see right now with Steven Goldstein. Did not get the nod today, but he's definitely going through that same preparation, and he's still locked in, keeping warm on that bench, just in case things don't go your way. As that one goes off the post and in, and Cortland gets a power play goal. So with 1:08 left, Cortland makes some noise, their second power play goal of the game, and it's Cole Haldane's 3rd goal in 2 games. Like I mentioned before, he had 2 yesterday against Fairfield and 1 just now against Farmingdale. Also, in my conversation with Joseph DeCanio, I asked him any lessons you can learn or take from last year's finish to the season. And the first word that came out of his mouth was the St. Bonaventure game and that 7-5 loss that eliminated him. He said, don't take anything for granted. And that is a very important lesson that right there, as that one's swallowed up by Goldstein. Don't take anything for granted for any of the players out there in this league. It goes by quick. Just because you're having a great season doesn't mean it's going to finish great. And just because you're just coming to the league now doesn't mean it's going to last forever. So, Joey, his words stand true. Don't take anything for granted. Not just in the CHF or for whatever team you're playing for. Lesson goes to life as well. I didn't know we played System of a Down here. Nice, I like it, I'm down. Play some System of a Down music here in Long Island, New York. As faceoff's won by Farmingdale, out comes Cortland. Valenti trying to step up, disrupt the play. With just under 30 left in the period, Guido skips off a man as Cortland gets control at the point. It's Miano, fake shot by Duffy, and Tempkin saw it at the last second. A reactionary save as he gets that one, trickles through, and they score. Just like that, the lead is cut in half. It's now 6-3. So those are back-to-back shots that Tempkin was very late to react on. The first one was a beneficiary of it going right into the blocker. The second one skipped underneath the arm, and a 6-1 game in a blink of an eye is now 6-3. As now Farmingdale looks to survive these final 10 seconds. As Cortland keeps it in with 4 seconds, looking for their fourth, gloved away and thrown by Valenti as the horn will sound. So it looked like we were going into a kick back and relax type of second period, but 2 quick goals, a hard forecheck by Cortland, and they are right back in this. 6-1 turns to 6-3 after 2 periods. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jordan DeLuciano, streaming live from the Long Island Sports Network here from the Northwell Ice Center. We will be right back for third period puck drop. Welcome back, everyone, with the Farmingdale State Rams taking on SUNY Cortland Red Dragons. We're back picking up a minute and a half into, or should I say, a minute and a half into the third and final period as Temkin scoops up that shot. A 6-3 lead for Farmingdale. So Cortland was down 6-1 with maybe 4 minutes left in the second period. A power play strike made it 6-2, and then with 16 seconds left in the period, a goal by Henry Pendleton squeaked through the arm of Temkin and made it 6-3 as that one just went wide. As at one moment it looked like a blowout at 6-1, and before you knew it, we got a game. It was cut in half as Valenti stepping up trying to help out Buddington. In front trying to look for Kyler Rowe, not able to link up. Ferrari stepping in and throwing it in deep, helping out for Valenti, who was pinching. Valenti gets a leg in the way of that one, picked up by Sarosi. As Valenti tries to stick with Hammerly, but to no avail. Hammerly out from a bad angle, chest stop there by Temkin, picked up by Sarosi. Mueller was skated out. Cross ice, on goal, gloved and held by Temkin. So Farmingdale twice this game were caught kind of with their feet kicked back on the lounge. They took a quick 2-0 lead and maybe thought, hey, we're playing a team that was ranked 29th in the CHF last year. They went 0-3 in Nationals. Maybe a quick 2-0 lead. This might be an easy one. And they were caught with their tail between their legs. It was a quick 2-1 game. And then Cortland controlled the rest of the first period. And then the second time, it was a 6-1 game. They start to get a little bit deeper in that lounge chair. And in a blink of an eye, it's 6-3. And that's where we stand here with just under 18 minutes left in the game. As you see, Stephen Goldstein covering that one up. He's in relief for Axel Norbro. He let up 6 goals before the second period ended. That one steered away by Goldstein, right off the near side wall. As the tall defenseman Brennan will play it in his own end, Duffy will now pick up the loose change and try to outskate Braglia. Gets by a defenseman, Duffy on goal, and he shot it over the glove. Good look there for Duffy. Looking for his second goal in as many games and his second point of the night. He has an assist on the Sean O'Donnell goal. As Chavez tries to skate past blue line, runs into the stick of Sean Hans. And immediately off the bench, thrown into the zone by Murray. Stretch pass into the feet, but able to collect it is Hurahan. He'll battle off with Murray behind the net, trying to go back in front. And wider will go be Eric Immel, cross ice, now Bobby Lane. He's got one. It was the second of the game. Hurahan near side wall, chips past Chavez. Stepping up is Valenti, and successful in that. But quickly back to center will be Chavez, and Valenti able to pick up where he started. Valenti bluffs the shot, meets a stick, thrown it towards the net, stick down, rebound, still loose, batted wide by Immel. Murray will play out D to D, back to Valenti. He's been all over this shift as that one's knocked down by Goldstein. Both teams will go for a quick change, try to get a fresh 5 out. Kravitz now in his own end. Kravitz had his first goal last weekend as Temkin has to make a post save and hug that one strongly. Loose change picked out by Haldane. He's got one today already. And stepping up and out of the zone is Kravitz, the rookie. The freshman out of Smithtown, New York, previously played with the Junior Islanders here on Long Island, as Hendrickson battling down low, as Kravitz has got to step up. To the point, Guido towards the net, gloved away by Goldstein. One of the men I spoke to before the game was Jacob Kravitz, and he said the first shift in his first game, he kind of needed a moment. He needed to get that first shift out of the way, and once he got to that second or third, he finally felt like his feet were under him. And I asked him, take me through that goal, and he gave all credit to number 90, John McCann, who has a goal tonight. He said, without that great pass, that puck never gets on his stick, as Jacob Mueller trips on his own, so we play on. As a big hit thrown right in front of the Farmingdale bench, courtesy of Hendrickson. Kravitz also went on to say, speaking about last game against Fordham, when they took 25 penalty minutes, they got to focus on discipline. They did a good job in the first period. In the second period, it did get away from them. And that one bounced on goal and shoveled wide by Brennan very calmly, avoiding any danger. 7 minutes into the third period. So far, so good in terms of the discipline side for Farmingdale. Mentioned before, the second period kind of got away from them, and it wound up hurting them. Temkin trying to track that one behind the net. Buddington trying to power his way out of the zone. Good play by Mueller to hem it in deep. To the wall, Buddington banks it with a spin now. 2-on-1 possibly with Ruskowski. Buddington throws it on goal, shouldered away, and swatted into the netting. One cleanly on back on goal. And that one goes over the glass. No, into the glass, not over the glass, should I say, into the glass. As Sarosi tries to chip it out, kept in by Ferrari, but then helped out by Hammerly. Out of the way it goes. Now be Brennan, as Cortland will go for a full sail change. Valenti battling on the wall, so it's going to be Brennan again. Powering his way out of the zone. Puck just sits there. Ferrari at the last second turns and finds it, and they might have some numbers. Ferrari cut in the middle, drop it. Buddington trying to get some loose change down low, but calmly exiting is Miano, and now numbers the other way for Cortland. It's Haldane trying to find a man backdoor, got him, and they score! Zachary Mikolas finds the back of the net, and it's now 6-4 Farmingdale. Six to 1 felt like a long time ago. 12:55 left in the game. Cortland is chipping away, now down 2. Haldane gets his second point of the night off a brilliant pass, finding Zachary Mikolas. Mikolas, the leading scorer on this team. Last year's Duffy all alone, trying to go back to the forehand, not able to finish. Kept in by O'Donnell. Duffy down low, trying to go short side, swallowed by Goldstein. Pendleton trying to muscle his way in. He'll be helped out by Braglia as Braglia goes down. It'll be Andrew Bianchi walking it back, finding Braglia again, and gets it by Murray. It'll be Brisgornia. Duffy and Bohm play catch. Now Duffy trying to get a step, and he might have one. Duffy corrals on goal, and a stop by Goldstein. He has been very sharp since entering the game. Boom. Picks it up high slot, off a stick, into the glass. Duffy will get the rebound. Not able to get that bouncing puck as Cortland will flip it out the neutral ice. McCann lost it to himself there as Cortland comes out. Hendrickson picks up the puck on the wall, off a skate behind the net. He's scooped up by Thomas Higgins. Near side wall, Sarosi, far side now, meets a hit for his troubles. As now it's Hawkins, he'll play it to Guido. Sarosi on the intercept, knocked down, still loose at front as Tepkin's got to swallow it. So Cortland pushing a little closer there. As Farmingdale looked like you could fall into that trap. And they fell into that trap twice this game, and Cortland has been very good in their response. They will not go away today. Push forward on the draw by Cortland, effectively by Haldane. As out comes Ruskowski, he's got two, he's on hat-trick watch. Buddington trying to do it by himself against three red jerseys, does not win that battle. Haldane to now Mikolas. Mikolas powered away by Guido. Mikolas got that fourth goal just recently for Cortland. And Mikolas tries to throw a body and gets sent down for his trouble. As there's a multi-man scrum, that puck's just not moving, and as I speak of it, comes out. As it goes right back to where it started. Mikolas, I believe that's Guido he's battling with Farmingdale as it kicks out now. Firing, knocked down on a sliding block by Ferrari. Ruskowski trying to slide and chip it, but to no avail. It'll be Valenti. Cortland pushing the pace right now, making life difficult for Farmingdale to get out of their own end. As Brennan will try to slow it down. Brennan now being hounded by two behind the net, able to come out. It's Ruskowski, got a man going to the net, and O'Donnell not able to link up. He had him all alone. O'Donnell trying to fish it out from behind. Puck comes right back to him. And he'll whip it around now near side wall. As Brennan tries to make a step. Causes the play to slow down. That could have been a 2-on-1, but the step of Brennan prevents that one. It'll be Duffy. Sheds off a man, walks his way in front, and just rifled it right into the netting. The puck rolled right off the blade. .49 left in this game. Cortland slowly but surely trying to work their way to the comeback here. They're two away from tying as the puck's about to be dropped in their own end. One cleanly, boom off the draw, and Goldstein, a reactionary move there, got a piece of it. Kept in. Kravitz shoving a man into the wall. Now, once again, they will battle on the wall. Now it'll be Brennan to Duffy. Duffy will switch off with Bohm. Duffy's been aching to get to that back of the net, off the pad. And now stepping up on the play will be Bobby Lane. Duffy, this third period, I think, has had 4 or 5 chances right in front of the goaltender. And maybe 6 right here as Duffy gets it off a stick. And right now it looks like he can't buy one. Duffy picks up the loose change. He's been all over the puck. Duffy on goal, bucket away, swatted down, and kept in by Murray. Murray towards the net, knocked down, never made it on goal. Turnaround shot by Lane. gloved away by Goldstein. As Cortland could have had a chance there, but as there's a call, it might be on the bench here. It is going to be on the Farmingdale bench. Yeah, that was, I thought the ref was going to miss that one, but that was, that's definitely a penalty. It was O'Donnell on the bench. Holden Sarosy was hit, and he was falling towards the Farmingdale bench, and it was Sean O'Donnell who was not on the ice, that was kind of giving it to him. A little face in the, hand in the face. So that is a good eye by the ref there, Klein. A good call. Because O'Donnell's got to, when there's a player leaning over the bench, you got to stand back with your hands up. You can't touch him. You can't put your hand in his face, and that's exactly what O'Donnell did. Cortland has 2 power play goals already off the sticks of Cole Haldane as well as Christopher Hammerly. Hammerly's coming in the first period. And a power play goal makes this game a lot more interesting. Let's see if Cortland can cut it to 1. It'll be Nicholas. He's got a goal already. His goal cut the lead to 2. And Colacactus wins that battle. But now he's got to deal with Mason Garnhart. Is Colacactus doing a good job so far to eat this? Is that one shouldered away by Goldstein? Immel takes a man down, but ref say it's clean. As Taylor gets us to the point now, it'll be Nicholas. He'll trade off with Haldane. Now Nicholas again. Center point. Haldane walks in. Down low, Taylor. As Haldane wants it back, but Taylor will walk along to the opposite side. It'll be Garnhart. Taylor trying to drag and fire, and that one's off the side of the net. They got the big body of Hans in front. And now Haldane gets it back with an open net on the glove side, and he scores! A power play goal for Cole Haldane, and it's a 1-goal deficit for Cortland. 6-5. The late stages of the second period, you look at the scoreboard, it's 6-1. With 6 minutes and 8 seconds left, you look at the scoreboard, it is 6-5 now. As Farmingdale got to keep their composure as this lead has evaporated. And are they going to call McCann? They're going to call McCann. They're going to get McCann, and they're going to get Morello on the faceoff. I mean, it's just shoving. That's just shoving at the dot. That's nothing severe. But now 4-4. Morello and McCann will sit for 2 minutes. Open hockey here, and the door is back open for Cortland. As this crowd is now very lively. We have the Farmingdale crowd as well, but a lot of these kids on Cortland are from Long Island as well as just New York in general, because Cortland is upstate New York compared to Long Island. So you have a lot of families here from both sides. Anderson works away around Bianchi. And that's out of the zone. Kravitz not able to keep it. Henderson, again, around Amanda Blevins. Trying to fend him off of the wraparound, trying to go backhand to the front, and swallowed by Goldstein. He has been a rock back there after relieving Axel Norbro. 1 minute and 8. Clock's running right now. I guess they're fixing the clock right now. So 5 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. You got 1 minute and 12 left on the penalties for 4-on-4. And it's pushed forward by Sorosy. As Ruskowski's trying to hem it in, helped out by Brisgornia, but out comes Cortland. It'll be Hammerly. He got the first goal of the game, and now he's looking to tie it. Shoveled it down low to Holden Sorosy. 1 minute left on the 4-on-4. Garnhart walks past the man, but turns it over. It's Ruskowski all alone, looking for the hat trick, and he scores! Jason Ruskowski, the hat trick goal, gives Farmingdale some breathing room. It's 7-5. Jason Ruskowski, calm, cool, and collected on the breakaway and skates it off like no big deal. Farmingdale needed that one after Cortland's resurgence, starting from the end of the second period, almost at the end of the third period. And they finally figured out Steven Goldstein. As I mentioned before, he's been great ever since coming in relief. As there's an intercepted play, it's Blevins on goal, and he scores! They get it right back! Back and forth we go. The breathing room is immediately stepped on. Back to a one-goal game. It's 7-6. And that's just a loose, careless play by Farmingdale on their own end. Just a no-look cross-ice pass, and they gave it right to Ryan Blevins. O'Donnell trying to muster his way through, and he does. O'Donnell doing it on his own, goes in on goal, not able to get the full shot off. In front, intercepted. And Evan Venth will try to slow it down as the 4-on-4 will end as I speak. O'Donnell looked like he was shot out of a cannon there. As a big hit on the wall by McCann. Takes down Mikolas, and those two are the ones that were fighting at the dot. As McCann walks past the man, draws a tripping call, fires one, and shot wide. So delayed penalty against Cortland, tripping John McCann. As the extra attacker enters 6-on-5 until Cortland can touch up. It's Ruskowski. He's got 3, looks for 4, knocked down, rebound picked up by Hendrickson, looking for a man out at the point, but Valenti has to pick it up in neutral ice. So Farmingdale will take this, they gotta do whatever they can to chew the clock, because Cortland has just been relentless and able to get back in this game. Ruskowski trying to get past Blevins, and he does. So the forehand bouncing in front, whistle blown, and here comes the 5-on-4 power play for Farmingdale. So the man who got the 6th goal for Cortland, Ryan Blevins, is the one who will sit for 2 minutes on the tripping call. And Farmingdale, the power play, killing the time works in their favor. A goal can go a long way, and you got to think the Red Dragons here on the Cortland side are going to be very aggressive and try to get in a shorthanded goal. And here they come, it's Hammerly. Anderson not able to enter the zone. Good stick there by Maxwell Taylor. Hendrickson will hop off the ice. And Rutkowski will take a spot. As Valenti danced around 2 red jerseys, not able to finish it. As Rutkowski fresh out there will slow it down. And Farmingdale will take this 11 times out of 10. They'll chew up as much clock as they can. As Cortland's got to be a little bit more aggressive here. And I mean, they're still going to have time after the power play ends, but you're down a goal with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. You got to be more aggressive. As now Bohm walks in with 55 left on the man advantage. Right to the point, Rutkowski intercepts, tries to get to Valenti, and the diving attempt does that. Valenti winds, fires, knocked down with the stick, picked up by Cortland, and sent all the way down. Rutkowski again will take his time as Cortland will let Rutkowski sit there. And now finally, as he steps out, a big hit on the wall as Farmingdale takes a penalty here. And it will be 4-on-4 for 21 seconds. Rutkowski will go to the box again. And there you go. You got to push if you're Cortland, and that's the response, and that's what you wanted. Rutkowski a little too casual in his own end. Good forecheck by Haldane. He's got 2 today, and he's been the main factor in Cortland's resurgence. And now Farmingdale will have to fend off a power play to end the game. 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the game. They'll skate 4-on-4 for the next 17 seconds and counting. As Farmingdale will send it all the way down. That will be an icing due to the 4-on-4. So the 4-on-4's got 2 more seconds, so whenever it's an even strength on the ice, whether it's 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, it will be an icing. And now it's a timeout, I believe, called on the Farmingdale side. Cortland, excuse me. The ref pointed towards Farmingdale, but it'll be on Cortland. So this game started off 2-0. Not even 3 minutes in, it was a quick strike by Sean O'Donnell right off the draw. Bobby Lane scored within seconds, made it 2-0. Late in the first period, Christopher Hammerly made it 2-1 on the power play. And in that second period, it looked like it was all Farmingdale. A 6-1 lead they rode into the final minutes of the second period until Cole Haldane, Henry Pendleton get 2 goals, one of them coming on the power play. And we had a 6-3 game entering the third period, and now we look at the score, a 7-6 game. It was 6-4, 6-5, 7-5, thanks to Jason Rutkowski's hat-trick goal, but immediately answered by Ryan Blevins, and that's where we stand. A minute and 14 left in the game. Rams holding on by a thread to a 1-goal lead. 2 seconds left on the Ryan Blevins penalty. And it will be a minute and 39-second power play for Cortland. And Cortland has pulled the goalie. They just made an announcement that Farmingdale has now called a timeout, but I don't think that's accurate. And they have. All right, they have. So Farmingdale will use the extra break here and go back-to-back timeouts. Cortland will have a 6-on-5, a 6-on-4, should I say, for pretty much the remainder of the game, barring a Cortland goal with the net empty. So that does work in Cortland's favor. You get the 6-on-4 opposed to a 5-on-4, obviously. But it also goes to Farmingdale's favor. You got an empty net with a man down. You don't have to worry about icing that puck. You can send that puck all the way down as many times as you want towards the net and not care about icing because obviously you are down a man. As the Cortland bench is revving up for the final minute and 14. Let's see if they can complete the comeback and tie this one up in the dying stages of the game. Cortland will control it off the draw. extra, and now it's 6-on-4 for a minute and 33, barring a Cortland goal. To the point. Nicholas, he's got one this period. They got a man open, and he just missed blocker side. 1 minute left in the game as Cortland's got to regroup. It's Andrew Bianchi. Haldane skips past a man. 45 left. To the point, Bianchi. Hammerly tries to walk high slot. Gets his lane clogged up on goal, sliding block, gets his rebound, back towards the net, and he scores! They have tied it! 32 seconds left. Cortland has come back and tied it up. Down 6-1 with minutes left in the second. They have come all the way back, and it's 7-7. Simply unbelievable. Farmingdale looks like they've seen a ghost. The clock is not running. And that killed off an extra few seconds. Let's see if this can benefit either team. 25 seconds left in this game. We will go to overtime if this score holds in the next 17 seconds. It's McCann. Wraps it around the wall. Miano. Near side corner. Brennan trying to come out with it. Not able to do much. Out of the zone comes Cortland with 3 seconds left. 1 second left. Blocked down. And we will go to overtime. Well, who's writing this one? Who's writing this script? And we will now go to a 5-minute sudden death overtime. Farmingdale, it looked like it was all but over, and Cortland just kept coming. And then even when Ruskowski's hat-trick goal made it 7-5, Cortland came right back. Blevins' goal, 1-goal game, and then Hammerly's second of the game, second power play of the game. Power play goal of the game, and that's where we stand. An amazing game here at the Northwell Health Ice Center on the island. It will be 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. So if nobody scores in this 5 minutes, we will end in a tie due to the PA's announcement just now. 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. No one scores, we end in a tie. Hopefully it does not come to that. Nobody wants a tie. But we are here in overtime underway, and just a simply sensational game. And now can Cortland put the cherry on top of this fantastic comeback? That's offsides. And that is offsides. Ruskowski got right through, but Ferrari picked his foot up for a second and went off. It even shows more to Cortland's resiliency. They had a game last night at Fairfield as that face was won by Ferrari, but errand play, it's now Mikolas. We want a win alone for Cortland would have been an upset, let alone coming down from 6-1 down to really put the exclamation point here. As Ruskowski with 2 red jerseys go up behind the play, might have a 2-on-1. Ruskowski, Mikolas trying to get back. He's got Ferrari with him. Ruskowski, Ferrari, and they score! Matt Ferrari, the shoulder's good to go. The overtime winner, and Farmingdale ends it 8-7. If you tune in to the Long Island Sportsnet, technical difficulties aside, you got a treat tonight. 6-1, 7-7, overtime winner, Matthew Ferrari, and to make the story even more of a movie-like finish, Ferrari dislocated his shoulder last game and comes in and wins it in overtime. And with that win, it is now the 150th for Joe Mazie, the head coach of Farmingdale. It was a heart pounder. He had to sweat it out, but he does it in pretty grand style. So that will do it in a ridiculous game between Cortland and Farmingdale. Your final, 8-7, Farmingdale over Cortland, thanks to the overtime winner by Matthew Ferrari. My name is Jordan DeLuciano. You've been listening live on the Long Island Sportsnet. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and good night.